we are going to learn how to create and delete tasks and task lists. This is going to be very similar to those of you who have used a paper agenda before. It's just like that, but without writing it somewhere. So first things first, on the left-hand side, be sure that your tasks are selected. Now there needs to be color in this little box right here. If not, your tasks go away and you're like, holy moly, where did they go? So again, go to the left-hand side and make sure that you have tasks selected. Now to edit a task, it's fairly easy. You see a box right there, just click right beside it, brings up a cursor, and you can create a task or name your task. And I'm going to call this task calendar check. And this is what your homeroom teacher is going to check to prove to them that you know how to create a task. Now, there are multiple ways to create more tasks. You just hit enter and it brings up another box, and then you can just call that one sample task if you want or whatever. And another way to create a task is just to click right below it and you can create another task. So I am going to edit a task. All right. Now what you do, this is great. This is where the whole agenda part comes in, your old paper agenda. You give it a due date. And so saying, I'm just going to give it a due date today. So it pops up on the screen here. And then the task will show up on your calendar. So if you have something due on Friday, you can click on the task the day it's due. And then it moves it to where it's due. And you can give it a note. This task, I'm going to call it this assignment, is due Friday. And you can just put in all sorts of details in there. You can put in specifics like learning targets, requirements on the status. You can do whatever you want. And then once you're done with that, you click this little link back to list, and there is all of your tasks that you have selected. Now, the thing is, these just don't go away. They'll just keep building and building and building. So eventually you're going to have to delete tasks once they're completed. One easy way to keep track of things that are done is you just click it and it crosses it out, and then it shows that it is done. You've completed it. But eventually this list might get out of control, so you may want to delete them. There are multiple ways to delete them. As always with Google, the trash icon will delete your selected task. See how this one's got a little bit of yellow around it? You click delete and it goes away. There is also, from this little actions button, you can click this right here where it says clear completed tasks, and that'll delete all the tasks that have those little lines through it. And then boom, my task list is done, and my life is better because I don't have a ton of homework coming up this weekend, and I can play video games or read books or hang out with my friends or whatever it is you want to do on that weekend without feeling guilty about not doing your homework. Now, you already saw that this task list can get big. An easy way to avoid that is to create other lists. So on this button right here on the right-hand side of that trash icon, you can create a new list. And I'm going to have you create one called homeroom, because that way your homeroom teacher can come around and check it. So you're going to click OK, and now you have another list. All right, but what happened to your other list? So what you need to do is from this button, you can select which list you want to put your tasks on. Okay, and that's an easy way to keep the number of tasks separated. You can make a list by class. And so I'm going to add another list just for a class, just for fun, and I'm going to call it social studies. All right. And now you have all the lists for your class. And so you can keep your tasks separated by class. Now, you may eventually, let's say you get out of social studies and you don't want to keep this list anymore. You can just click on this little button here again and go up to delete list. And then it'll get rid of that list. I hope this has been helpful to keep track of your tasks and your task lists.